Okay, 7th graders, today we're going to talk about 1-7 algebra equations. Okay, so today we are definitely going to be talking about equations. What is an equation? What is a solution? And then how do we solve equations? Now, I expect this should be a fairly easy section for you, but please ask questions if you need help. Okay, a couple of vocabulary words we have to talk about here really quick. We're going to talk about what is an equation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, an equation is a sentence that contains two expressions separated by an equal sign. So really anything that has an equal sign that has two expressions. So I can go 2 plus 2 equals 4, or I can go ahead and go x times I go 2x times 3 equals an unknown number. Okay, so these here are all equations. They contain both an expression, two expressions, as well as an equal sign. That classifies as an equation. The next thing we need to talk about is a solution. Okay, now that we have an equation, we need to figure out what a solution is. Well, really, it's in a numerical, which all a numerical means is just a number. Okay, let me change my color here. All a numerical means is that it's just a number. Okay, just a number value for the variable. A numerical value for the variable that makes the sentence true. So in this case right here, back up to our 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. This is our solution. It's our numerical value. And the next thing I'm going to take a good little look at is solving an equation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, solving an equation is really the process of finding a solution. So if I had an equation that was 2x plus 3 equals 12. Okay, so in the process of solving the equation, we have to figure out what x equals. We have to figure out what this thing right here equals. What x equals right here, okay? So in order to do that, what we are going to do, we're going to go ahead and subtract 3 right here. So 12 minus 3 is 9. 2x equals 9 at this point. So now that 2x equals 9, we go ahead and divide by 2. Divide by 2. X equals 9 halves. Ladies and gentlemen, that is an example of solving an equation. You've done that plenty times already. Okay, to help us more with the equation, I want to talk to you really quick and give you an example. So for example, let's see, Parker. Yeah, Parker, how you doing, buddy? I know you're paying attention really well. Parker, you are going to receive a $4 allowance. Well, sir, after you get $4 for your allowance, it's really hot outside, so you want to go ahead and spend that $4. And well, a couple options for you is, let's go ahead and buy some ice cream. So if I had a Parker, let's see what kind of ice cream I want. Do you like a banana split, Parker? Parker, I think you like a banana split. Well, Parker, if a banana split equals $3.25, how much money are you going to have left over if you go ahead and buy a banana split with your $4 and allowance? If you answered 75 cents, put a 0 here. If you answered 75 cents, you are correct. You have 75 cents left over. Now let's see, who else can I pick on? We'll go with white. Mariah. Hello, Mariah. I know you're paying attention really well, and now you have a bright, shining smile on your face. You have $4, okay? You got an allowance for $4. How much money would you have left if you bought an ice cream cone for, say, I'll go a cone. A cone is going to equal $1.50. Okay, it's going to be significantly cheaper than Parker's banana split. So how much money would you have left over if you bought an ice cream cone for $1.50? If you answered $2.50, you are correct. Now I want to ask you this, ladies and gentlemen. How are you able to come up with that? Go ahead and pause the video now, and I want you to write a rule for figuring out how much money is left. If your rule looked something like this, allowance minus the cost of your ice cream, sounds good, equals the amount left, you are correct. So for example, we had $4 to start off with, and we subtracted in Parker's banana split. Let me move up here just a little bit. $3.25. Parker has 75 cents left over. Okay? Okay, we're going to move on just a little bit now, and we're going to talk about writing some equations. So I'm going to go ahead and pick on Trey. We're going to use Trey for an example here. Now, Trey, you know I love you, buddy, but this one's going to be funny. So, Trey, every day, okay, you are going to ride in an ambulance. Every day you're going to ride an ambulance 3 times. Okay? 3 times. Now that's 3 times a day. You may have caught that, but I was talking pretty quick. So 3 times a day. Now, Trey, I want to know how many days it'll take for you to reach 36 times. Okay? 36 times. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got this equation right here. I have 3 times a day, and I want to know how long it takes, or how many days it takes to get 36 times riding an ambulance. So go ahead and pause the video and do it now. Okay, if you went ahead and divided this by 3 and divided this by 3, you'll have x equals 12. And ladies and gentlemen, it is going to take 12 days in order for Trey to ride the ambulance 36 times. Okay, in this part of the video, we're going to talk about solving equations. Okay, this is where learning your order of operations comes into handy very, very well. To start off with, for example, we're going to talk about 75 is equal to W plus 72. Ladies and gentlemen, in this case right here, we have a variable. We have an addition sign, 72, and we have over here our 75. This one here is very easy. In order to solve this problem, all we do is we subtract 72 from one side, and no matter what we do from one side, we always do it to the other side. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 72 from here. Ladies and gentlemen, positive 72 minus 72 is 0. We'll bring our W down. 75 minus 72 is going to be 3. So the correct answer here, ladies and gentlemen, is 3. Continuing with solving equations, if I have an example like this, say r over 9 equals 6. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we need to remember that this right here is what's called our numerator, and this is our denominator. In order to get a whole number right here, which we have to have a whole number before we can solve it, we want to go ahead and multiply by our denominator in order to get r by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and go like this and go 9. In that case, we'll go ahead and bring our r down here. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. We have to multiply this by 9. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, we have 9 times 6 equals r. Ladies and gentlemen, 9 times 6 is what? Good job. 54. You have just answered this question. If I go ahead and put 54 back in up here, I'll put this in blue for us. I'll have 54 over 9 equals 6. Is that correct? Well, yes, it's correct, because if we go ahead and do the same thing again and multiply this by 9, we have 54 equals 9 times 6. 9 times 6 does equal 54 And ladies and gentlemen, it checks. I do not expect you to do what I just did. We'll be doing this later on down the line. It looks to me like, ladies and gentlemen, you have a very good start on how to go ahead and solve equations. Your assignment is going to be page 51, numbers 1 through 44 all. Okay? 1 through 44 all, it seems like a lot, but ladies and gentlemen, honestly, it won't take you very long. What will probably take you longest is 37 through 44 will probably take you the longest, and maybe 29 through 32. But, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to help you out. Please, please, please ask questions, okay? Your assignment, again, is 1 through 44 all, and this will be due hopefully by the end of class. Good luck.